Qtech Q5 we're going to take a look at today. 5-stage turbine popping out about 9.5 psi, which is just like the Graco one that you normally see me using. I'm going to give some Zinsser bin Aqua a go today. 1.8 needle with the HVLP, we'll dial it in, see how easy it is to spray and see what the finish is. Stay tuned. I never bother with the little cups, I just always do it by eye. Single-ish cream consistency, and generally going to get you spraying most products like that. So in the pack you get a little instruction manual, a little cleaning tool, and like a spanner set that takes off the tip end and all parts like that. It's a nice gun, but as I say, it's just basically a Fuji T-series. I prefer the gravity guns to the suction ones, but suction one today. To swap out the needles, take off the air cap, get your tool from the packet, pull the trigger back. Oh, Jesus, that was tight. Keep the trigger pulled back until you've taken the end out. Don't lose the white little O-ring, put that to one side. We'll pull the trigger back because we don't want the needle to get rubbed when we're unscrewing. On the back, undo the knob. And when it's nice and clean, it's easy. If you don't clean it well enough, you might get a jam needle. So just pull that trigger back, it'll pull out a bit. There. So in the new pack you get air cap, needle and tip. So it does say the sizes on there, and then your air caps are either colour coded or it says it on there as well. So get your needle, slide your needle in the back. Take the back part with the spring. Just thread it in. You don't need to go all the way in because that's how much the trigger pulls back. If you screw in all the way, you can't actually pull the trigger. So dial it out a bit. Until you've got full range of motion on that trigger. If that fell out, there's a little hole at the top and there's a hole at the top up there. Line those up. And that little, that goes in the hole at the top. If you can make that out. So there you go, we're looking like that now. So get your new tip end, pull the trigger back, tighten it up with your fingers, and then just a little nip up with the spanner. Air cap next, and then the black threads to screw it on. And that's how we change the needle. It just allows us to spray a bit of a thicker material, less thinning, so we can adjust the settings on the gun to account for that as well. Filter on the bottom, I've just filtered it into the pot. So I've only put a bit in there. I'm going to actually dilute it because it is a little bit thick. So I'm going to pop a splash of water in there and I'll show you what it's like consistency wise now and consistency wise when I'm going to spray it. It's not that warm today, so it's not going to be spraying as nice neat. Let's have a look. You can see the movement of the paint still stays for us ever so slight amount of time. Added a splash of water. You see how much quicker it's falling back into itself. Drips on the light shadow, and they've near enough gone in less than 1 second. So consistency, pretty good there. When I got a little bit in there, just going to test it on this this door. See how we go. Qtech gun is basically the Fuji guns, the T70, T75 I think if I remember. The parts are interchangeable, the Fuji needle, the Fuji caps if you've got the T-series guns. I've got one in there and I've been swapping the Qtech needle and tip onto my gravity gun and it's been working fine. Let's tinker around with the settings and see how we get it spraying. I've shut my air off to about there. Loosey-goosey. Not bad. Get a mask on. Let's spray that door. I sprayed a couple of sample pieces wet, that piece of MDF, the kitchen door here, still drying. Zinsser Aqua, indoor outdoor. Actually, the new terminology on Zinsser Original apparently doesn't do knots anymore, and this is the one to use. This is nice and white. On a little test I did before, pretty good scratch resistance to be fair. Tanning and bleed, don't know yet, not tried it, but as a water-based primer or undercoat, it's got good in the little test I did with a brush and roller as well as spray, it's got nice coverage opacity and it dries very quick compared to some of the standard ones. So yeah, touch dry 25 minutes, recoat 45 minutes, obviously depends how heavy you put it on, but leveling off pretty nice. Got it spraying eventually with a pretty smooth finish to be fair. 1.8 needle, were alright, you might be able to get away with a 1.5. It did need thinning because it would have just come out so splattery, like even more so than the bits up there, which are pretty faint. And if you're building up your coats, that's going to go anyway. But the bits that I did earlier, sand back nice, down to a powder, really easy. But the main thing for me, it's white compared to the creamy colour of the of normal Zinsser. How did the HVLP fare? It's nice. I've always liked Fuji products. So this is basically Qtech's version of the Fuji Minimite 5 in my opinion. It's, well, looks the same, acts the same spec, same gun, different name. But it's a good gun, it's good quality, and it's portable. It's so small, the little turbine, and kicks out a little punch. I still prefer the Graco gun. I know a lot of people don't like that one, but I prefer the ability to control the air on the gun, which this has got the adjustment for fan width, and then the needle control at the back to release how much of a paint you want, and also there's the air control on the hose. I usually end up fiddling with that because I don't want it on full pelt, whereas on that Graco Edge 2 Plus you've got material and you've got a separate one for air, as well as altering vertical, horizontal and circle style. If I were going to buy this again, then I would be getting the gravity gun over the pot gun, prefer the gravity setup, and I'd look into getting the PPS system from 3M. You get a little adapter, you can get it for the suction as well. Adapter goes on there or there, and it's just quick release and disposable pots. So quicker cleaning, spray at all angles, a bit like the Graco. I had a little bit of water in the end and it came out a dream. Not used a suction pot for ages, so trying to get used to spraying with that again is a bit odd after using a gravity. But a few tweaks on the dials and it came out really nice. Water cleanup cleans out so quickly if you do it straight away with warm soapy water. And I haven't taken the needle and the tip off. I just took the pot off, cleaned the pot, and then just sprayed some warm soapy water through it, and I've taken it apart and it's pretty clean. So depends how long you're going to leave the paint in there. Qtech HVLP, great unit, used for loads of things, easy to use, compact and powerful. So if you're wanting to look for another option for a HVLP, take a look. And is this going to live up to all its hopes and dreams? Don't know. Any questions, drop them down below, but so far it's leveling off pretty nice. What do you think? Have you tried it? Are you going to try it? Hit the like, smash subscribe, all those things really help the channel grow, and I'll see you in the next one.